For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello, welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you a review on the Outwell Hornet 6SA. So it's SA stands for Smart Air, so it's an Outwell Smart Air collection. Smart Air is basically the inflation system they use. So what that means is it's 1 point inflation for the whole tent. So you really just peg the main four corners out, get your electric pump or your dual action hand pump which is supplied with it, pop it in and off you go. So it's interconnected with tubes, which I will show you once we go inside the actual tent itself. So in terms of the materials they use a really nice embroidered 150 denier fabric, so it's a good quality fabric, which is obviously very waterproof again. So they've got almost a front pole, which is basically like an alloy pole. The purposes of this really is just what happens is it allows you to have a canopy area, so it's really just extra area for storing shoes, but the main purpose I say really of it is so you allow you to walk in and out of the front door even when it's raining. So the joys of it, because you've got a nice flat front door, you get maximum room inside the actual tent itself. Outwell, as you probably well know, are brilliant for quality, and they also love to pack their tent with loads of features. So things on this tent, we've got blackout windows, so again you get privacy when people are looking from the outside in, but looking from the inside out, you still get pure clarity with the sort of crystal clear windows. Additional ventilation, so you've got loads of circulation of air to keep it nice and cool and fresh inside and not get it sort of too stuffy and help with condensation as well. So they also do a very neat sort of thing, which is basically pegs are very colour coordinated to all your points. So for guy ropes you get a yellow peg, for the bottom pegging points you get sort of like a black peg, and then for the main pegging points, the main sort of 4 or 6, you get a really nice heavy duty steel peg. So they help you out that way, again, to know where things are meant to go. On the side you've got almost like a separate sort of, not annex, but almost never sort of a rain safe door, which uses an aluminium pole again. A lot of people will necessarily use this for again, shoes, to store them rather than out on the front where it's a bit more exposed. There is a ground sheet that is supplied with it, but yeah, again, it's something you probably wouldn't necessarily want to have in. If you're walking in and out with your muddy shoes, it would just collect better on the nice grass. Funny enough, a lot of people, majority use that for almost like a mini toilet area. So if you've got younger kids, putting like a porta potty inside of there, just so in the middle of the night, if they want to go to the toilet, you haven't got to traipse them out to the toilet block, which is so far away. You can sort of get it just in there. And yeah, again, if you don't have the ground sheet, and if they do miss, it's no harm done. It's just onto grass. Really nice model. Plenty of things, and we'll go inside and I'll talk a few more features about what it has. So now we're inside the Hornet. The joys of the first thing you can see is there's loads of room inside, and first thing I can say is to stand up in the corner, no problem at all. I can pretty much stand up anywhere inside the tent. The reason for this being is they have what they call like a Gothic arch system. So there's a slight bow in the roof and in the sides just to give you loads of room in the corners. You've got a mesh door on the side here which leads out into your additional annex part. If I can find the zip, of course. There it is. So yeah, separate part here. You've got windows and a door as well. So like I said, on the outside, it's a great idea for popping a toilet in there or your shoes and keep that completely separate. But you get your privacy as well, so you don't have to worry about that in the middle of the night. Behind me, you can see what seems to be a red strip around the bedroom area. Now this is basically Outwell's master bedrooms. So the purpose of this being is actually a deeper bedroom than you normally find with conventional tents. Purpose of this is being, it means you can put a camp bed, which obviously comes up out to here, or a high-rise inflatable bed in there, no problem at all. Because normally the problem would be in when you go up higher, you obviously lose room at the back, so you need to come forward more. Not with these. So it's a new thing for Outwell for 2016, and it's one thing I think is a massive game changer, and I think going forward in numerous years, it's something that other companies will look at doing. Also, what you've got inside the bedroom is panoramic windows. So joys this means if your kid's playing around and you're anywhere in a tent, you can pretty much see the entire 360ness of the tent. But again, you can't see in because you've got the blackout window, so it works really well. The inner bedrooms, you've got different configurations. So you've got 3 separate sections. Designed yet again for sort of a 2, 2 and a 3. The purpose of this being is you can yet again unzip the dividers completely and have it as one big 6-berth open big bedroom. So it's very versatile in the actual size itself. Yet again, as I said, outside, Outwell is always riddled with features. Storage pockets for keys and putting your clutter in, yet again, so it's not all plastered along the floor. You've got ability of sort of additional hanging points for lanterns and then cable ties, which then leads down to access points, so you can put your mobile mains in there when you're sort of hooked up on mains electric. Like I said, on the outside, lovely big windows, so you get plenty of light in when you want to, but also got the privacy of the blackout windows. But you've also got blinds which zip up as well, so you can have your privacy completely or shut the light out when you want to. Because it's a part of the Smart Air collection, you've got bracer beams along the top which basically interconnect with pipework, so this is how it really pitches as one. So you've got pipework interconnecting it all, which actually makes the frame very solid, and it's probably one of the more stable tents you'll find on the market when the winds really hit, because it's got that additional bracing along the top. So in many ways it will stand up in its own right without pegs or guy ropes, and it makes it absolute rock. You've got a mesh door not only on this side, but you've got a separate side door on there which also has mesh. Like I said, when rain comes down, you would probably use the front door or the side door, just because it's got canopies and you're not going to get it sort of dripping in on the side. Decent sized living area, plenty of room for a couple of tables, chairs, and certainly when it's raining and chucking it down, you've got plenty of room and no worries about storing things. One thing I do really like about this particular model is the fact that the door on the front side of thing actually drops down, so you're not going to trip up when running, sort of walking or running into your tent. So certainly if you've got younger kids, one thing you do find certainly in our indoor showroom that we have is as soon as they sort of come walking out, you see them flying and suddenly they're doing Superman. It's the joys of the drop-down door really does make a massive difference in my opinion. So a really good model here. Plenty of talking features as we've been through. One thing I do think probably the key points for me on this model which makes it different to anything else on the market, front flat door and the bedrooms really does make it. I mean, necessarily you do pay generically a little bit more for Outwell, but then you get a very good quality product that's going to last you numerous years, tons of features, and it's one thing Outwell certainly strive on is their sort of customer service and interaction with customers on innovative designs and new things. So Outwell as a company offer lots, and this tent, the Hornet 6SA, really does pack a lot in for the punch.